of the organisers of Cornucopia.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Cornucopia Festival.
And now it's coming up to its third year.
It's in its third year this year, and we're about to have another move from Burton Agnes Hall between Driffield and Bridlington to Burton Constable Hall, just outside Hull, Scrotley.
And that's a beautiful place as well.
It's a gorgeous place. Yeah, it's the family seat of the Chichester Constables, and it's been beautifully restored by the Burton Constable Foundation, who, with public money, have tastefully and beautifully restored the house and also the stable yard. And the festival site is going to be adjacent to the stable yard, and we're also going to use part of the stable complex and the old indoor riding school as one of the venues for the festival.
Excellent. It sounds really exciting.
It is, yeah, we're very excited about the move. Yeah, we're really looking forward to the move. You get all the complications of a new site and having to figure out how everything's going to fit in, but yeah, we're very excited about it, and it's got a lovely feel to the site.
Tell us about Cornucopia.
Well, Cornucopia was something we all dreamed of because, when I say all, it's Peter Rowlinson and Chris Broadwell and Catherine Rowlinson. We have all worked for other festivals, are still indeed, as we're here at Beverley, working for other festivals. I was a director of Beverley, I helped Leela with Moonbeams, part of Beverley Arts Trust as well. So we thought, well, we've got a certain amount of expertise and feel, and we thought there was a little niche in the market for something that's a little bit more eclectic. We don't adhere to a folk genre or a blues or a rock genre. We're able to just mash it together a little bit. So then we thought, what can we put as a name that would encompass that? Well, Cornucopia is a term for a basket of plenty, the horn of plenty. And so then we thought about what time of year we could do it. Well, we liked the idea of it coming to the end of summer and the beginning of autumn, and celebrating one of those old pagan festivals, which is, you know, the changing of the seasons and the harvest and plenty. So that's how it all came about, and that's how Cornucopia was born. I must say that it was dreamed of being a pub as well. Most of the best things are.
Exactly.
So we're in our third year this year, and we've got a smashing lineup. Big Country and the Animals and Friends on Friday night, Big Country on the Saturday night. But we've also got a wonderful mixture of music supporting those headline acts. Henry Priestman is doing something very special for the festival. He's coming on with a full gospel choir. I've seen him with a small gospel choir of about 8 or 9 girls from Longcroft. He's coming on with a 30-strong gospel choir. He does a lot of writing for other people, does Henry, and he wrote Valentine's song for Lottie Muller. And Lottie is also on the bill this year, and she is going to come on to Henry's set after she's done her set, and she's going to perform Valentine's song on Henry's set. So that's a coup for the festival. We're really looking forward to that.
Full gospel choir is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know how we're going to get them all on stage yet, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it.
So do you have many? How many stages do you have?
We've got the 2 main stages, which is the barn stage and the main outdoor stage. It's not outdoor, it's indoor, but the main stage. Then we have the off the road tent, which is something else new for this year, together with Janie Wright, who runs Off the Road in Hull. She is bringing the Off the Road brand to Cornucopia, and she's going to programme, or has programmed, her own tent. And so she has 2 stages because the 2 mains alternate. That's how we work it, and the 2 outside or other venues alternate. So she's running 2 stages as well. One of those stages is an outdoor stage, and the other one is an indoor stage. But also quite different for Cornucopia this time, we've got 2 performance areas, which are only just small little taster stages, where we can have buskers on, we can have, you know, people that want to just do something. But it's also an area for comedy and theatre. I've commissioned this year with the New Tides Theatre Group to write a little play. It's only a half-hour play, but it's the story of the Burton Constable whale. I don't know how familiar you are with that story, but it's quite an interesting story. In 1830, the whale was washed up. This was a huge sperm whale. Was washed up on Tunstall Beach, just down the road from Burton Constable. So they took it back to the hall and allowed it, the bones to sort of, the flesh to drop off the bones, and then they mounted it on a frame, and it became a tourist attraction because they had a wooden walkway through the middle, so the mouth was open and you could walk through the middle of its stomach. So this story reached the Times in London in 1830, and somehow the story got across to Herman Melville, who was researching whales, and of course the whole thing meshed into Moby Dick. So the story of the whale swallowing people and them being inside the whale is partially related to Burton Constable, and he makes a reference in Moby Dick, in his book, to Burton Constable. So it's got that. So New Tides are going to write, or have written, they've sent me the rough draft of it, the story of the whale, but they're going to put their own slant on it, twist on it. So associated with that, we're hoping, because we also are now working with lots of groups with Hull, and one of those groups is the Hull Carnival Arts. And it's a favour for a favour, because we're helping them to build some structures for the carnival. Once that's finished, they're going to take the superstructure off, and Liz has assured me that she's going to build a whale on top of the bicycle that they will then use in the play. So we've a lot going on.
Sounds very exciting.
We're building this whole. We're expanding from music into arts, into comedy. So as many areas of interest that we can get. That's what we want to make it feel like a real festival for the people.
It sounds absolutely wonderful.